Good evening and how... Evening? No. It's still afternoon. Sorry, got a little ahead of myself. I'm used to doing these videos in the evening. So anyway, how's everybody doing? I'm glad you are back to see another episode from my channel. Today I've got a 2004 f350 Super Duty in here, Power Stroke. It is a Harley Davidson edition. Very nice truck. Very nice truck. We are going to be doing the rear bumper and also going to be doing a headlight upgrade on this truck. Right now it has the factory headlights, and we're going to be upgrading it to the new style headlight. It'll be 05 and up. Just a little bit better look. It's an all one-piece design. You can see these are a two-piece design with the headlamp and marker and turn signal. Gonna be changing all that out. He has all of his lighting changed over, so we're going to be switching out the headlights also. No, I'm not over there, I'm right here. Just a very nice truck, very clean truck. Less than 100,000 miles on a 04, which is very unheard of. This truck is very nice, very clean. Anyway, all right. We also, you can see just a little bit of rust starting on this back bumper. So he picked up a new bumper, had it color matched. A little bit of rust on this side, down in here. So he picked up his headlights and his bumper, and then had the bumper color matched. So we have here, these are the headlights we're going to be going with. We do have to do some work to the header panel and core support. Just do a little bit of clearance work for these when we get the new headlights out. This is going to be a few day process. I'm not going to finish it today. What I may try and do, look, this is a wiring harness that comes with it. It's just a pigtail. There's the factory plug. Here's the new plug. I may pick up some of these ends and go ahead and cut, well, not cut, but yeah, and put these ends on his factory harness under the hood. It just kind of depends. I have not opened up the hood yet. I have not saw what's behind his factory lights. I'm not too familiar with the Ford product, but you know, just like anything else, you learn as you go and you adapt. The bumper is right here. There's new pads up in there for the tops. New bumper here, all color matched, brand new, nice. Has 4 sensors in it for backup. He does have, again, I'm not over there, I'm right here. Right now I'm going to start on the bumper because he just picked up a shell. He's going to use his core support. So I want to get that out and get that painted and make it look a little bit nice also, instead of just shoving it in there, you know, with a little bit of scale or any kind of surface rust that's on it. I'm going to take and wire brush and clean it up and paint that black before I put it in here. With the backup sensors in there, there's going to be quite a bit of wiring that we're going to have to contend with also. And also he does have a backup camera along with his edge, so we're going to have to find that wire, unplug it, and remove it from the scenario also. Cover this stuff up, keep everything nice and neat, close that. So we have this backup camera here that we're going to have to find the plug and remove it also. To remove one of these bumpers, you know, we're going to have our sensors, 2 of them on each side, our license plate lights, 2 on each side. I'm also going to relocate his trailer plug also. I'm going to tuck it up and underneath the bumper so it's not visibly seen. And then 2 backup sensors on that side too. To remove one of these bumpers, it's pretty much just 4 bolts, 2 on each side. There is 2 up in here, and then 2 on the other side also, in corresponding locations. But first, before I do that, I got to get all the wiring unhooked and out of the way. So right now we'll get started in removing the wiring. All right, we're under the truck here. Here's the license plate lights. Those just turn and come out that way. And then here's the back of the sensors right here. Those have a tab on the top right there and on the bottom, and then the whole sensor will slide out. So you just kind of have to work both top and bottom just a little bit to get it out of there, like so. And then those will just come out like according to plan. And then we'll just take them this way and let them hang on both of those, because we'll have two on each side. Move that over there. And then these two housings, we'll take those out once we get them on the sawhorses and put them in the new bumper. Probably I'm going to go ahead and leave this mount here on maybe and take the bumper off here. I haven't really decided yet. It just all depends on how easy or difficult things come apart. Also, all of these tabs right here like this, that's just a push pin that holds your wiring on. You have one here, here, and then there all the way through there. As you can see, those will all have to come off also, and that way, hello, that way we can pull that off of there. Right now I'll continue to get all them sensors off of there and get all the wiring pulled off and get the bumper off so we can start getting things transplanted. This is what I was talking about as far as the bumper core support, is this piece here. This is where all your structure comes from on the bumper, and all your basically your structure. This is your inner structure of your housing or your shell right here. And that's where, if you would have like a bumper hitch or something like that, put a ball on it, it actually goes through here and pulls on the frame and not on the shell itself. Right here is the plug for the backup camera. It's just looks like a push plug. They have it all taped up, and then got a couple of zip ties there. So I'll have to cut those and pull it through this hole up here that they have drilled in the bumper. I'm probably gonna have to drill that hole in the new bumper. I don't know, I didn't look to see if that hole was in there or not, but first I have to get this untaped and see how that comes apart. Hopefully, I mean, it should fit. It went in there, whoever done the installation, ouch, it fit in there, so it'll come back out essentially. So just continue to get all of the sensors and the wiring off of this bumper. These newer vehicles, they're equipped with so much wiring and so many sensors, which is fine. In a big truck like this, you can't see backing up. So if a little kid or a ball or an animal or a wall is behind you, alarms go off inside the vehicle and tell you that something's back there as you're backing up. All right, we have everything off, and we have this first bolt off. Everything's coming apart pretty good. All the wiring's off. Now we're getting ready just to pull the bumper off. We'll do both sides here. Kind of tight, close quarters. So right there's the two bolts that have to come off to pull the bumper off, and that's it. There's 4 bolts to hold this bumper on, and these are captured on the other side. Those will just push off there after we get the other side off. All right, we got the bolts out. Now we'll just try and work the bumper off. Whew. All right. After a little bit of work, it is off. Yeah, those old boys wore out. No, I'm just kidding. What I was dealing with was this truck's been undercoated, and these are stuck in the undercoating up in there. I don't know how well you can see it right there. So you need to use a little bit of persuasion to get them out. But they're a captured style. Works out pretty good. And then they also have that little bit of spline on the edge. Helps from spinning. While I have this apart, I may reroute this and mount this someplace else too. He wants it to disappear. So I don't know quite where I'm going to mount it at yet, but we'll get it mounted someplace so you cannot see it when the bumper is on. I'm just going to try and find some place to mount it instead of sticking down here below where it was. So whether it be, you know, up in here someplace like that, just so you can't see it but yet be used. Something like that maybe. Just have to take that little tab off right there, drill a couple holes in there, or just drill a hole for that tab and then a hole for a nut and bolt, you know, whatever it'll take to make it so it's not seen. So alright, what we're going to work with now is getting all of this structure off. All this has to come out of there and go in that new bumper. But first, we're going to clean it up and throw some paint on it. Make it look a little bit better before we do that. Also, we got to get the license plate light mounts out of there and the backup sensor. What those are, these are kind of a rubbery plastic. Those just have tabs that push in on each side. It's kind of hard to do with my gloves on, and then they just push right out. You can see the tabs right there, and then there and there. They have little tabs. Kind of hard to see on the camera, but you just push those in and these push out, and then we'll go in the new bumper. Then also the license plate, little plastic inserts also. He has new rubber pads for all this. The only pad he doesn't have is this ball plug, but we're going to take care of that and make that look new. There's a little technique that I have that I can take this plastic here and make it look new, but he opted and bought new plastic anyway, so no big deal. It'll look new and this will match it. So we'll start getting all this stuff taken apart. To take this inner structure out, this pad does have to come off the top because there's bolts here, here, and here to take that out, and I believe there's some on the bottom right here and here. So there's 6 bolts to take this inner structure out of here. Okay, what I had failed to mention is underneath them step pads, those are a torque style bolt, and they are a T47 is what they are. So I had to get the Torx out to be able to take those off. And with that piece is out. I'll take this and get it cleaned up and get it painted. These little, whoops, there we go. Gotta take these tabs off right here and read those on the old bumper. And then we have to get all of these little brackets here out. And then also probably drill that hole right there in a new bumper for the backup camera. So right now let's concentrate on getting this stuff out of there. All right, we have everything tore apart. We have the center section, or the center section, not the center section. We have the inner bumper support out, and back here in the back here, we cleaned it up. Back here, just keep it away from the truck just a little bit. That way there's no crap flying all over the place. And then also right here is where like you would put your factory ball hitch in the center here. And then here and here there was two hooks that hung down, and wanted to take those off to have a cleaner look because the truck does have a receiver hitch on it, so that's not needed. So just went ahead and took that off of there, clean all the heavy slag rust off, and now I'm just going to grab some paint and give it a paint job real quick, and then start putting everything back together. Here it is, all cleaned up and painted. This will be the top half, so you won't see this because it'll be tucked inside the bumper housing there. The bottom side is the side you're going to see. But right there is this one. So all we need to do now is get it back inside that bumper shell without scratching the shell, because it's kind of a pain in the butt to get those in there. But we can do her. It'd be all right. We'll make it work. I'm hoping to get this project finished up today. It's getting a little bit late, and I don't know if I'm going to get everything finished up, but we're going to see what we can do. I still got to paint the other side, so that's just this side. All right, that inner support is all back together and mated with the new shell. So get everything carried back into the garage and put it back on the truck. I think it turned out pretty good so far. So good. So I think he'll be pretty happy with the way this new bumper looks. It looks a lot better than the old bumper. The old bumper, like I showed you before, had some rust on it. The only thing I am going to wait and do till I get it on the truck is I am going to wait and put these pads on, and till it is on the truck, just so I don't scratch the pads or anything like that. You know, this is going to be hidden underneath the pads, and I don't want to be setting that up there and hit the bottom of the tailgate or something like that and scratch the top of the pads. I don't want to do that, and this way I don't have to worry about scratching them as you look at my chest instead of at my face. I can get it put back together without having any problems at all. And it's just two bolts. It's these two bolts right here on each side. Okay, it's actually technically 4 bolts, but they're captured together, so I call them 2. The 2 on each side, 1 captured together, 2 captured as 1, however you want to say it. So put the nuts on there, slide it into frame rails, and we'll be golden. So we'll carry it out here and put it on the truck. Well, we're starting to get the bumper back together. I think it's looking pretty good. I've got all of my backup sensors housings in. The jack, well, that's not the jack, that's actually to let your spare tire down. Still have to put in the 2 housings for the license plate lights, but all in all, I think the bumper is turning out pretty good. Just a little bit of stuff on there, but it sits pretty level with the truck. Matches up really good. He actually used a can of spray bomb that was color matched to the truck and then put in an aerosol, and it looks really good. I've used those before myself on a metallic paint like this. Sometimes it's hard to match it, but it matched up very well. Alrighty guys, it is getting late. It is about 20 after 7 and if you can tell, I'm starting to lose daylight. I don't know, probably in the camera it looks like it's probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I don't know. Anyway, right here, all my sensors are in. Still got to put on the backup camera and then also put his license plate back on. But we are finished. I am going to mount the trailer hitch right there. You can see them marks. I'm going to drill 2 holes right there, and that's where I'm going to mount the hitch at. And that way it is hidden, and you won't be able to see it. Probably tomorrow, maybe Sunday, I'm not certain. I'm going to start on the headlights. I don't know what they are going to require. I'm not certain. I know that there is a template in there that he showed me, and then behind here in the it's just a plastic header in there. There is some excuse me, past my bedtime, I guess. There is some holes in there I need to cut and then transfer some clips. I don't know that I'm going to get the electrical hooked up the way I want to. I don't know if my local mechanics are like, no place is going to be open tomorrow except for like AutoZone, Advanced Auto, O'Reilly, and I don't know if they carry those connections. So that may be something that we have to do at a later date, but I'll get the headlights in and functioning. Probably going to have to use that pigtail for right now, just because I don't know that I'm going to be able to pick up the proper connections that I need. Well, I think this concludes that project. So once again, guys, I appreciate you very much watching clear to the end. Hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, and until next time, subscribe, see what I'm going to do next, other than the headlights that you know is coming next. So picked up this little ground force drifter, and that was the little engine that we were going to put in his Razor, but we scrapped that because it was going to take too much, but it may go on there. So once again, guys, thank you very much for watching clear to the end. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that like button, comment, I'll answer them. We will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.